guys, it's me, Falon. We're gonna go up to the store and see if we can find some good brushes to use. We arrived, let's see what we can find. I usually like this stuff, but I really want to try this stuff. This is what I normally use, but we're gonna try this stuff now. I'm gonna bring her up here so we can try the stuff out. She's a little dirty right now, but her name is Angel. And she was my first horse, but I upgraded to a bigger horse, so this is my brother's horse now. We're gonna try this tail brush first. It's a maiden tail brush. It hasn't been conditioned yet, so I have to, I'm just gonna brush it out first. So it's like a conditioner. That's why it's kind of purple. But you're just to let it dry. So that way the purple fades away. See how smoothly her tail's going through?
Once you brush it in, you want to give it a little rinse. Just a little one, not much. Let me get the hose. And when you're washing a horse, make sure to always check the water. Make sure it's not so hot. And then make sure to always start at their feet to make sure they know that they're putting cold water on. I'm not going to do her body today because it's a little cold out. I'm just doing her hair. It's not really cold, it's just a slight wind. This stuff's supposed to make their tail whiter because she needs it the most. Okay. We're going to brush it again to make sure there's no more tangles. And then we're going to let it dry in the sun for a little bit. Her tail's very pretty now. It's nice and white. Okay, so I think I kind of like that stuff. I might have to do one more rinse because it's a little more soapy. So I'm going to rinse out my brush a little bit too as well. So once it's all rinsed out, I'm going to do her mane as well. Her mane doesn't need any conditioning or anything. It's just her tail. Make sure to start at her feet. Make sure they're really rinsed out before putting it in again. And then we're going to rinse all this extra soap out. As you could tell, she likes to be pampered a lot. She gets pampered a lot because she just gets really dirty because she's a white pony. And you know how white ponies are. Okay, I think I got all the soap out. Okay, I'm gonna let her tail dry out and see, because it's supposed to say, it says you're supposed to let it dry. And then once it dries, it should make her tail whiter. Now I'm going to start with her tail. It's a little wet over here because I was rinsing her tail. But needs to be warmed. Hers little. If you don't know what warmed means, it means just when she scratches on stuff, her hair will fall out. Don't worry, it's okay. It does not hurt the horse. But It will grow back. It grows back pretty quickly. She likes to scratch on stuff a lot. That's why. We're gonna use my brush that I always use just to get all this extra dirt off of her before I use the de-shedding brush. She needs an actual bath, but it's a little windy out here, so I don't want to give her an actual bath. And remember, do not walk behind the horse's butt. The only reason I'm walking behind her butt because she knows I'm behind her. I shouldn't be doing that though still. But you always want to make sure walk way behind. And then make sure you get their bellies really good, because when I'm not riding today, but when you ride, it could be like a sand spur or like a briar. They're really pokey balls. They could, you could put your girth under, and it can like make them buck. Just make sure, always like rub your hand under there and get all the briars out. It's a briar right here, a little tiny spiky pole. Once she's all this, we're gonna use the de-shedding brush. This thing is like, be careful with this because it is very sharp. And don't push down too hard, just a little hard. And it also does help to get dirt out. Yeah, she's de-shedding just a little bit, not much. Because the only reason I'm doing this because she has a lot of dirt under her fur, so I'm only really using it for the dirt. That's why I'm doing really lightly. It's very sharp. You have to be really careful. And then after, she will get a treat. It's a new treat, so she loves treats. All horses do, except for that yellow horse I ran in the other video, because he's a weirdo, doesn't like treats. But she absolutely loves treats. And yeah, you can look closely on the blade. There's a lot of dirt. You just use your finger. See all that dirt that came off of her? Okay. And then I'm just gonna pick her front feet for this because I don't like doing her back feet because she likes to kind of mess around and doesn't like to pick her back feet, so I'm just going to do her front feet today. Ooh. Girl, what are you doing? Yeah, see, she doesn't really like her feet picked, but they have to be done. That way her feet aren't messy. Because I always like to check her feet to make sure there's no glass in her feet. Just in case. Ooh. You know. Make sure you brush your feet. And then she's waiting for a treat. She knows. Look at this. Look at our ears. You smell it? Yeah, she's ready. Because these are apple treats. I got them Tractor Supply. They're just this little full of oats. See if she likes it. You like it? Huh? Well, that's it, guys. She likes the treats. And I'll see you in the next video.